Welcome to Eye on the Tigers News. I'm Kennedy Lamb.
And I'm Alexis Richer. Thanks for being with us today for the news we've been watching for you.
Across New York State, hundreds of school districts will have their budgets adopted or rejected as voters head to the polls. Mexico's district is asking voters to adopt a $51 million spending plan. The proposal is more than $3 million less than last year. Polls close at 9 p.m.
After a 3-month delay, the Senate is acting on President Barack Obama's request for money to combat the Zika virus. The Senate is slated to vote Tuesday on 3 competing plans to battle the virus, with a bipartisan plan that cuts Obama's $1.9 billion request to $1.1 billion, having the greatest chance to advance. The procedural vote would pave the way to add funds for the government's response to Zika to an unrelated spending bill. For pregnant women, Zika can cause a serious birth defect called microcephaly and other severe fetal brain defects, as well as eye problems, hearing deficits, and impaired growth. Zika is commonly spread by mosquitoes and can also be contracted through sexual contact.
The Supreme Court failed to resolve a dispute between faith-based groups and the Obama administration over birth control on Monday, the latest indication of the short-handed court's struggle to find a majority for important cases taken up before Justice Antonin Scalia's death. The justices asked lower courts to take another look at the issue in a search for a compromise, issuing an unsigned, unanimous opinion. The case concerns the administration's arrangements for sparing faith-based groups from having to pay for birth control for women covered under their health plans. The outcome suggested the court lacked a majority for such a significant ruling, underscoring the effect of Scalia's absence. Already 2 cases have resulted in a 4-4 tie since the conservative's death in February.
A federal court has ordered a Mississippi town to consolidate its junior high and high schools in order to fully desegregate its school system after a 50-year battle the town has waged with the U.S. Department of Justice, agency officials said Monday. Black students and white students in Cleveland, Mississippi are largely separated into 2 high schools, one mostly white and one mostly black, according to the announcement. The situation is similar with the town's middle school and junior high. One has mostly black students and the other is historically white, officials said. As a result of the order, handed down late Friday by the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Mississippi, the Cleveland School District will combine the 2 high schools together.
Syracuse University announced yesterday that it will add a permanent roof to the Carrier Dome and other improvements as part of a project estimated to cost at least $255 million. After months of discussion and speculation about the future of the dome, the decision to renovate the existing facility puts to bed any ideas for a new stadium. Included in the project will be upgrades inside the dome. The school said the new roof is estimated to cost $105 million. The press release indicates there is no final cost, nor was there a start and completion date in the release.
It's Captain America's weekend at the box office once again, by a large margin. But even with $72.6 million in earnings, the superhero pick left some room for other newcomers like Money Monster, The Darkness, and The Lobster to play, according to ComScore estimates Sunday. Captain America Civil War dropped 59% in its second weekend in theaters, in line with the second weekend showings of Avengers Age of Ultron and Iron Man 3. While it's on the higher end of second weekend falls in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Disney and Marvel film is still performing phenomenally well. In just 2 weeks, it has earned $295.9 million in North America, passing the total domestic grosses of Captain America Winter Soldier film by over $35 million. Disney's The Jungle Book remained in second place with $17.8 million, bringing its domestic total to $311.8 million after 5 weekends at theaters.
Today's odd news of the day comes from North Carolina, where a poisonous snake in a tree in the gardening department bit an employee at a home improvement store. The East Lincoln Fire Department said in a Facebook post that officers were called to a Lowe's home improvement store on Monday, about 25 miles northwest of Charlotte. Authorities said a copperhead in a tree at a store bit the employee, who was taken to the hospital. The fire department warned in its post that people should be careful when shopping for trees, noting snakes could be found in any store that sells trees.
We're starting to see some improvement in our weather. Will it continue? Here's Mr. Charbonneau with the answer.
We do have some improving weather coming our way this week, although it will be gradual as high pressure system comes in over us. One thing we know for sure, though, we're going to be dry. Virtually no chance of rain until at least Saturday, and then only a slight chance. Now, dew points, the measure of moisture that's in the air, will be very, very low all week. Now, for the rest of our Tuesday, we'll have fair skies with temperatures just creeping into the 60s. More of the same for Wednesday with bright blue skies and plenty of sun. We warm up a little bit more on Thursday with temperatures in the mid-60s as the sun continues to dominate. Even warmer on Friday with temperatures in the mid-70s. Now, because the skies all day are so clear, we're going to see some radiational cooling at night as warm air escapes into the atmosphere. Now, temps each night and early in the morning will be in the low 40s, so you'll need a jacket. That's the forecast. I'm Michael.
The heavily favored Golden State Warriors are in a position they rarely find themselves in, behind in the playoff series. Here's Abby with the details.
Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and Oklahoma City dazzled in the fourth quarter the way the Warriors have done so many times during their record-setting season, rallying from 14 points down for a 108-102 victory in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals Monday night. Durant scored 26 points and made a key 17-foot jumper with 30.7 seconds left, while Westbrook scored 24 of his 27 points in the second half. Westbrook also had 12 assists and 7 steals in the opener of the Thunder's fourth West Finals in 6 years. The Warriors' Steph Curry had 26 points. On Monday, the Philadelphia 76ers leapt out and announced the first jersey advertisement partnership in NBA history, inking a deal with ticket company StubHub that will start in the 2017-18 season. The NBA approved a 3-year trial period for teams to slap logos of sponsors of their choosing onto their jerseys last month, a potential $500 million revenue windfall that was met with great disdain from NBA fans and media at the time. Rangers infielder Rougned Odor said he expected to be suspended for punching Toronto's Jose Bautista during Sunday's game in Arlington. Odor said he doesn't regret it. Texas manager Jeff Bannister said that any suspension would be severe and that it was about 2 players who play the game with passion. Odor took exception to what he considered a hard slide at second base. It escalated to punches, with Odor connecting with Bautista's left jaw, knocking his sunglasses off. Varsity boys track team on an excellent showing at the league meet last night in Fulton. Justin Gardner took second in the pentathlon, achieving personal bests in several of his 5 events. Hunter Hellinger received a second-place finish in the high jump, and he also scored third in the triple jump. Nick Galuzzo achieved a personal best in the discus with a toss of 114 feet. Jason Ray scored a personal best in the 400 hurdles with a time of 64.4, and he also jumped 10 feet in the pole vault. Noah Galuzzo also beat his personal record best in the pole vault with a height of 10.6. Dante Turo, Aaron Shopland, Ezra Holbert, and Luke Corral all put forth solid performances in the meet as well. The varsity baseball team beat Chittenango last night by a score of 7-0. Tyler Stever pitched the complete game shutout, scattering 3 hits. Tanner Stevens led the attack at the plate with 3 hits, while A.J. Moretti and Brian Dufresne contributed 2 hits each, including 2 RBIs for Dufresne. The team needs 1 more league win to clinch the playoff berth. The softball team used an 11-run 5th inning to beat Chittenango 14-3. Senior Kennedy Lamb doubled and tripled and had 4 RBIs. Brianna Clark and Anna LaBeouf each had 3 hits for the Lady Tigers, who celebrate their seniors tonight with a home game against Phoenix. That's it for sports. I'm Abby Garrett.
This week's calendar is certainly highlighted by the class of 2017's prom this Saturday night.
This Friday is a half day for students as faculty and staff have a professional development scheduled.
The 5-week marking period ends this week with grades due from teachers next Tuesday.
Senior dinner dance tickets are now on sale for $58. Tickets may be purchased from Mrs. Harder in room 101 before homeroom, during lunch, and after school.
And finally, summer driver's education applications are now available in the Student Service Office. Completed applications are due by Monday, May 23rd.
That's all for us today. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kennedy Lamb.
And I'm Alexis Richer. We hope you have a great day and look for us again on Thursday.